When Maya first held the tiny stick with 2 pink lines, she felt a mixture of joy and fear. She had dreamed of becoming a mother for years, but she hadn't expected the loneliness that would come with it, not from the world, but from the man she thought would walk with her through everything. Kevin used to be different, attentive, kind, full of dreams for their future together. But after Maya became pregnant, something shifted. He grew distant. Cold. Almost as if her swelling belly reminded him of shackled responsibility. By the time she was 7 months along, the affection had disappeared completely. "You used to be fun," he said one evening, tossing his gym bag over his shoulder while she tried to haul herself off the couch. "Now you're just, tired and emotional all the time. Useless." The word struck her like a slap. Useless. She wanted to cry, but she swallowed the hurt. She told herself it was the hormones. The stress. He'd come around once the baby arrived. But things only got worse. Kevin refused to attend birthing classes. He scoffed at her swollen ankles, rolled his eyes when she forgot things, and barely looked up from his phone when she tried to share her worries about motherhood. He made jokes about her weight to his friends. Maya stopped inviting people over. She didn't want anyone to see how lonely she felt inside their home. The day of her delivery came like a storm, fast and painful. Kevin drove her to the hospital but didn't hold her hand in the car. He waited in the hallway while she screamed through the contractions. A nurse eventually guided him into the delivery room, but he stood by the door, arms crossed, tapping on his phone. After hours of pain and sweat and fear, Maya gave birth to a baby boy. Tears filled her eyes when she heard his first cry. For a fleeting moment, she forgot everything else. But Kevin didn't even come closer. "She looks like a wreck," he muttered to the nurse, not realizing Maya could hear. "And now I've got 2 people to take care of. Great." It wasn't until a few minutes later that the doctor came in, an older woman with wise, kind eyes. She carried a folder and a gentle smile, but there was gravity in her voice when she spoke. "Mr. Thompson," she said. "Can I speak with you outside for a moment?" Kevin followed her out, annoyed, still texting. 10 minutes passed. Then 15. Maya stared at the ceiling, exhausted, holding her newborn son close. She whispered promises to him, ones she wasn't sure how she'd keep, but she meant every word. When Kevin finally returned, his face was pale. Shaken. His phone was in his pocket. He didn't say a word at first. Just stared at her. Then he walked over slowly, sat beside her, and reached for her hand. "I didn't know," he said, his voice cracking. "Maya. I didn't know." She looked at him, confused and still in pain. "The doctor, she told me everything. About the complications during pregnancy. How you've been hiding the pain, the dizziness, the muscle weakness. She said your iron levels have been dangerously low for weeks. You've been risking your life, for him. For us." Maya closed her eyes. She hadn't wanted to worry him. He'd already seemed so burdened. So she kept her symptoms to herself. The doctor must have seen it in the charts. Kevin swallowed hard. She said most women would have been on bed rest months ago. But you kept cooking. Cleaning. Smiling. Even when his voice broke. "I've been cruel to you. Distant. And you never stopped loving this child. Or me." Maya didn't speak right away. Her lips trembled. She didn't know whether to scream or cry or turn away. But something in Kevin's face had changed, there was no defensiveness, no anger. Just shame and awe. "She told me something else too," he added softly. "That you lost a lot of blood. That if things had gone differently, I could have lost you." Silence fell between them, heavy and raw. He reached down, gently running a finger along the baby's cheek. "I'm so sorry, Maya. I was so blind." So selfish. You're the strongest person I've ever known. She finally looked at him. Really looked. Tears spilled down his face as he said, "You gave everything for our son. I called you useless, when you were doing more than I'll probably ever do in my life." He leaned in, resting his forehead against hers. "Please let me start over. I want to be better. For you. For him." Maya didn't say anything for a long time. She let the silence carry the weight of what was broken. But when she finally nodded, it was small, and tentative. Not forgiveness, not yet, but a beginning. In the weeks that followed, Kevin changed. He took time off work to be with them. He learned to swaddle, to bottle feed, to wake up at 3 a.m. and rock his son to sleep while Maya rested. He apologized daily, not with words, but with action. Slowly, Maya began to trust the warmth returning to their home. They named the baby Elijah. At Elijah's first pediatric checkup, the same doctor greeted them with a smile. "Your son is thriving," she said. "And you both are too." Kevin squeezed Maya's hand. "Thanks to her," he said, nodding at his wife. "She taught me what real strength looks like." The doctor smiled. "Funny thing about mothers," she said. "The world often underestimates them, until it's too late. I'm glad you realized the truth in time." As they left the hospital, Kevin held Elijah in one arm and Maya's hand in the other. The sun bathed the sidewalk in gold, and for the first time in months, Maya felt something blooming inside her again, hope. She had walked through fire, through loneliness, through silence. And yet, she had emerged not weaker, but stronger. Not alone, but with her family held close. Because sometimes, the people we love don't see our value until the world forces them to look closer. And sometimes, the truth, raw and painful, becomes the very thing that transforms hearts. Useless? No. She was the reason life had a second chance.